Welcome back, Attack. I'm Skylent, and today I'm going to be talking about Knight Online. This is a free-to-play MMORPG that focuses on PvP combat, supposedly. It was just released, or re-released on Steam here, January 25th, 2016. The problem with this is that I don't actually know what the re-release means. I mean, seemingly looking at the trailers on Steam, it doesn't seem like they really tried to promote it as a very modern game with these very dated looking trailers. The game, I mean, just looking at the Steam page as well, mostly negative reviews with 3,186 reviews. 34% of the reviews are actually positive, so about 2,000 reviews, give or take, is negative. Just negative, thumbs down, and one of those is mine. Yes, so spoiler alert, I don't like this edition of Knight Online. Mainly because, like, I mean, I understand that some games are old, but if you're gonna re-release a game, okay, I kind of expect something. I mean, if you're gonna keep a game online for so long, I actually expect certain updates to come along. I mean, we've seen RuneScape go through about to be like a third engine update. Okay, now that's how you update a game, constantly adding content, but not just theme park content, but actually updating graphics, updating the, the visual fidelity, updating the UI, just overall updating the game to modern standards in every way that you possibly can. But Knight Online honestly seems very lazy, in my honest opinion. Now, this is a game that was supposedly very popular PvP, but jumping into it, holy shit, is the mechanics of the game dated. Like, it's so weird to control. It is not like a third-person control. It plays more like a top-down, click-to-move action RPG, except the camera is stuck kind of behind your own character. Like, you don't really play it top-down, so it's like, it's got the awkwardness of a top-down, but with the visual, fidelity of a third-person shooter kind of game, or like a World of Warcraft, but it doesn't play like World of Warcraft, so it's like really weird and awkward. It's just, nah, man, nah. And especially since it's a modern game, okay? Maybe back when it first released, maybe they could have got away with it. It was, it was cool. It's like, oh my gosh, wow. It's like I'm right there with my character. But that's pretty much for people who were like maybe were tired of RuneScape and couldn't afford at the same time World of Warcraft. So Knight Online fit somewhere in between for those kind of people. It definitely filled a niche back then, but it just hasn't been updated. So that really fucking awkward control scheme with this really weird camera angle just doesn't work mechanically. If you're gonna do top-down controls, make it a top-down game. I mean, there's a reason why the most popular competitive games are top-down, okay? And it just works. Don't fuck with the camera like that. Oh my goodness. So that's my main complaint that actually stopped me from, inhibited me from having fun with the game and playing it further, because it's supposed to be a PvP oriented game. And I can understand, if it's like a mechanical game with spells and stuff like that, but I played for a little bit. It just didn't seem that fun. It wasn't given any extra, super duper amazing spells. Now I played Cabal or Cabal. I like to call it Cabal. Pretty sure that's how you actually pronounce it. But Cabal, right out of the gate, dude, you have like some amazingly awesome spells that you throw around, and you can tell, it's going to be a standstill game, but you got some cool combos and cool spells to look at. It was a really nice looking game. Knight Online just didn't have that sort of identity, and they could have refined it over the years, and they didn't. Now I'm going to actually read their Steam page. I'm going to read the About This Game section, because I think it's kind of humorous, and I'm going to counter a lot of points that they have. Okay, you ready for this? Here we go. Knight Online is a PvP-centric, massively multiplayer online role-playing game that has been under continuous development for over a decade. Yeah. See, so I don't know what kind of development was going on with this game. Maybe they were adding cash shop items. Maybe they were adding dungeons, for all I know. But the game has not visually been upkept. It is an ugly, ugly game. And mechanically, it's laggy and awkward. Controls, the UI, I mean, pretty much everything about this game is just super dated. Like, this is not a proper re-release. And going on, two nations, El Morad and Chorus, or more colloquially, humans and orcs, are locked in an internal struggle for dominance of the Adonis continent. So basically, it's World of Warcraft. This is basically World of Warcraft for people who can't afford World of Warcraft, except it doesn't actually capture what World of Warcraft made special at all. I mean, there's a reason why World of Warcraft was so big, even though it wasn't competitive at the very beginning. It wasn't planned to be competitive. PvP was always a very huge component to World of Warcraft. And this game, supposedly a PvP-centric game, had nowhere near the PvP scene that World of Warcraft had, okay? Maybe it was because, I don't know, the game was just kind of shit, to be honest. It had a niche back in the day, but since then, other people have come and done a far significantly better job. So Knight Online, okay, let's just continue before I shit on the game anymore. Yeah. The PvP in Night Online is fast-paced, action-packed, and oftentimes frantic. Let me just say something. I'm still reading. Okay, that's not my personal opinion. I'm still reading. That's what they said. The PvP is fast-paced, action-packed, and oftentimes frantic. It's not. It's standstill combat. Potentially, there might be some mechanics like we see in RuneScape with kiting, or like in MOBAs. You can attack, move, and stuff like that. In this game, though, because of the camera angles and it's a dated engine and all that good stuff, I don't see it happening, man. Now, looking at the trailer, okay, I will admit though, looking at the trailer, endgame PvP kind of looks kind of interesting. Like there is like a siege battle going on. They're pushing like these siege engines into like a castle wall. I mean, that looks really cool. Yeah, summon legendary siege weapons. That's what it says right there. There's like, everyone has like dragon wings. It looks ridiculous. It does look pretty intense, but you could go play Guild Wars 2 and you'll have a way more awesome and competitive world versus world experience. It's like, I mean, seriously, if Night Online is a PvP-centric, massively multiplayer online game, we're going to compare it directly to its main competitor right now, which is Guild Wars 2. So, yeah, this game, absolutely, no way does it compete with Guild Wars 2 combat. Even if we take in the siege mechanics and all that good stuff, which does sound kind of interesting and appealing. I can see why back in the day, somebody might have joined this game. Now, dozens of players can be seen clashing in PvP zones during all hours of the day. With events such as Lunar War and Castle Siege War, the action becomes massive. Now, maybe, that's probable. However, I think this game might be meant for people that have lesser machines. But the thing is, though, is that even though I have an enthusiast, incredibly modern machine that has basically the best bang for buck pieces, for right now, for this year, I still had frame drops in this game, which is like 10 years old. So even though it looks shitty, actually there's some more like optimized game, like WildStar. Go play fucking WildStar. WildStar will actually run on laptops. I can play it on my MacBook, dude. You can anything. Just go. You can play WildStar. It's a real clean game. It'll look good even on all low. I promise you. This game, however, with everyone playing it, because it's actually one of the most popular games on Steam, surprisingly. The truth is, a lot of, especially free-to-play games, whenever they do launch on Steam, they get a huge resurgence of popularity if they weren't very popular before. However, that doesn't always mean for your nationality, for your language, okay? For instance, I'm an American, and I jumped into Night Online. I find that mostly is non-Americans, non-English-speaking people playing this game. So, yeah, these kind of games, these older games, or even newer games that kind of look older, are targeted at very specific audiences. And generally, these kind of tend to be nations or cultures that aren't, their average PC is, kind of lower end. I'm trying not to be offensive here, but it's true though, it's true, So Night Online appeals to people with lesser machines, but, still, it's not optimized that well. And actually, I'm pretty sure WildStar will run better than Night Online. It's just, it appeals to them. They're like, oh, I can't run WildStar, I could probably run Night Online. And then, because of the gameplay, because it's slower and it's, it stands still, they can suffer through the frame droppage and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, man. I think people who play this game, this is my honest opinion, and it's gonna be kind of harsh, but I think somebody who plays a game just so obviously bad. I mean, it's got mostly negative reviews on Steam, which tends to be lenient with reviews. I just think that they're ignorant gamers. I think they don't know better, and they're probably younger gamers. They probably haven't played a lot of games. Maybe the games that they want to play, like Terra or Vindictus or something like that, isn't available in their country, so that, maybe Night Online is. And so they haven't played really good games yet, and they're getting into Night Online. Or this is for the nostalgic player. Maybe they played it when it first released, and they want to just jump back in real quick, play it for a weekend or whatever, have their laughs. But if you seriously, consistently play Night Online, I'm just going to tell you, I am pretty sure the population is going to drop off really fast, instantaneously. I mean, with these reviews and the competitors right now, all the free-to-play games that are really great, like WildStar, Guild Wars 2, we got Blade and Soul, and even the non free-to-play games that we got coming out, like Black Desert, which is like only $30, dude, like really cheap. World of Warcraft is becoming ever cheaper. Elder Scrolls Online just had a new expansion. Like, there's a lot of games out there that are free-to-play, buy-to-play, or even subscription, and it's really like not that much for so much more content. And yes, it's competitors that are free, completely free, like Terra, which is also very PvP focused, WildStar, Guild Wars 2, so much better. Now, if we're focused on just on sieging, okay, because maybe that's probably its only selling point is sieging. Elder Scrolls Online, which is a boxed copy. You have Guild Wars 2. You also have the Camelot game, but that's not out yet. There's Albion, which is not out. Actually, there's a lot of games that aren't out yet that have the whole sieging thing. So yeah, well, you got Guild Wars, but I think really what you should do is not waste your time on this game and just either wait for new games coming out that focus on siege warfare, like Crowfall and, you know, some games that I mentioned already, or, you know, just don't play this game. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Just don't play Night Online. It's just awkward, it's old, it's messy, and if you honestly, if you think otherwise and you really hate my opinion and you think I'm just so stupid, whatever, leave in the comments why. You know, we can either argue or you can bring up some really good points and what makes Night Online really special and unique. But when I jumped in, instantaneously, I had a horrible experience, and this is a first impression after all, not a full review. Maybe the end game is really, really fun. Maybe the siege combat is way better than Guild Wars 2 could ever hope to be, even though 90% of the game is almost like focused on it. But yeah, that's how I feel about Night Online. Thanks for watching, though. I'm Skylent with Attack Gaming here. If you want to see and hear more of me and my beautiful voice, go to my personal channel where I cover all sorts of new games specifically, not old games generally. So yeah, if you want to do that, that'd be cool. Or like and subscribe here. I'm always here. You know, I'm hanging out and we do stuff. First impressions, top 10, stuff like that. And I will see you again next time. Welcome back, Attack, and today we're going to be talking about 2016's best MMORPGs. These are going to be the new MMO games that we get to experience, at least in the West. Yeah, some of these games are going to be localized titles, but for the most part, these are going to be entirely new MMOs, so get hyped for that, and these are going to be the games that we are almost certain will actually launch in 2016. But with that in mind, let's go ahead, jump right into it, starting at number 10.